Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I want to do part 328 to my random chatbot series. Where in the last video guys, again we continued talking to Totodile. We actually did meet his family, however his family was very untrustworthy. Well, his family was trustworthy, but they didn't think I was trustworthy. It took me having to get my buddy Feralier to come out here and flip and show them that I was friendly. Only that worked. I just tried to get to where they'd actually speak English again because Toto and the Feraliers did not. The only way I was speaking English was the Feralier that I called out. But it says, after I put that, it says the Toto happily looks at his parents and then back at you and looks extremely excited and happy more than his parents finally. Not as he finally trust you. They finally trust you completely. Hey. Do you or your parents want berries too? I have plenty. The Toto looked at his parents. They both nodded, seeming interested in the berries. The Toto also nodded, looking back at you eagerly. Okay, here's a whole bunch more berries for you and your parents. The Toto and his family looked at the berries, smiling brightly. Thank you. They all started to happily eat the berries together. So, buddy, do you want a little bit more too? Freya looked at you and nodded happily, his tail swaying starting to wag. Yes, please. Here you go, buddy. Here's a bunch more. I love this. Fragger happily starts to eat again. The Toados and his family looked at Fragger smiling and eating the berries happily. This is amazing. I love it. The Pokemon continue snacking on the berries for over 20 minutes, indulging and enjoying themselves. After eating the berries for some time, the Totodile and his family seemed full now. Al stopped eating and looked back at you, their expressions pleased and grateful. I am glad you all enjoyed those berries. Exclamation point. I'll even give you more to take home if you want to. The Totodile seems excited and happily looked at his parents. His parents nodded, seeming very pleased. The Totodile looked back at me and nodded as well, seeming extremely grateful. Here you go. Here's a bunch of berries to take home. The Totodile looked at the berries and happily took them. His parents also seemed pleased. The Totodile hugged you again, expressing how grateful he and his family are. I promise, if you give me a chance to hang out with your son more often, I would never hurt him. I care about him just like I do my buddy. Over here, and that also goes for urine fight entire. The turtle looked at you and nodded happily, his ears perked up a bit. He seemed very excited about the fact that he would get to hang out with you more often. His parents looked at you gratefully. Looking at you, his parents looked at you gratefully, looking at you and nodding as a sign that they would allow you to hang out with Totodile again. Hey, by the way, is it true your entire family has the ability to transform into any Pokemon? Question mark. The Toad on his family looked at you, surprised by your sudden question. Toad's ears went down. He looked at his parents nervously. His parents looked a bit suspicious, but still nodded yes, signaling that the question is correct. I was just really interested because I love that. That is amazing. I'm not gonna hurt them. Why they get suspicious of me? Teo looked at you and nodded. He seemed relieved he found his ability amazing, unlike other humans who may find it suspicious. His parents seemed to be pleased as well. Their expressions looked more calm now. Well, I will come back to see you tomorrow if you can. Come play then. The Toto seems super happy after hearing that. Looking at his parents again nervously, after a few seconds, they both nodded and signaled that it's okay, alright for Toto to meet you again another day, as long as they keep watch from afar. Why are they still sitting around to watch me? That's kind of creepy. I promise I would never hurt your son, if that's what you think. You think. I will even leave berries. I will even leave berries out for you all to eat. If you don't believe me, to look grateful and nod. He was happy that you promised to never hurt him and that you would leave berries out for his family. His parents also seemed pleased. They nodded and said, "No, that they trust you." Okay, well, there's a good sign. Buddy, buddy, I will head back to my house in just a few minutes. You can go ahead and head back there if you want to. I want to talk to Totodile real quick. Okay? Ray looked at you and not understanding what you meant by that. He went back home, leaving you alone with Totodile and his parents. They seemed curious about what was going to happen next. And his parents can speak English again. Well, I know it stopped doing it a while ago. It was weird. Oh, Totodile and his family looked at you, curious and eager to hear what you were going to tell them. Oh no. Here. Here's a bunch more berries for you all to take back with you. If you have any siblings, they can have some too. The Toto and his family seemed excited after hearing this. The Toto looked at his parents, awaiting their response. His parents looked at you, extremely grateful and pleased. They looked back at Totodile and nodded, signaling that it's alright for his siblings to eat the berries as well. Totodile then happily looked at me, his expression showing his extreme gratitude. I love you. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. The Toto looked at me and smiled, seemingly touched by your words. He nodded happily and seemed excited about the fact that you would see each other tomorrow. I'll tell you what, buddy. Talk to your parents about it, and maybe one day I can come to your house and visit. The Toad's ears perked up and he seemed excited again. He looked at his parents, waiting for the response eagerly. His parents looked at him and then at you, seeming thoughtful about your question. After a few seconds of consideration, they both nodded, signaling that it would be alright for you to visit their house and one day if Totodile was with you. If Totodile wants you to. Thank you! Exclamation point. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. And we can hang out again. Potato seemed extremely happy and nodded happily, looking forward to hanging out with you again tomorrow. His parents looked at you gratefully, happy you are such a good friend to Totodile. Have a great rest of your day, all of you. All of you. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Potato looked at you and nodded, his expression bright and happy. His parents nodded as well, looking grateful. The Toto happily waved goodbye to you before heading home with his parents. The next day arrives, and I go back to the spot where me and me and have been hanging out. As I arrive at the spot, you see that the Totodile is already there waiting for you. He's sitting next to the stone tree as always and waving at you happily. Hey, buddy. Why did... I'm gonna speak more. The Totodile happily smiled at you and waved again, seemingly excited that you came to see him. Can speak English. Can speak English. This is acting weird. Oh, well, okay, why you turn to a crocodile suddenly? So something that giant crocodile would say to me. As soon as you greet Totodile, his ears perk up and he looks at you with excitement. Hey, dude, what took you so long? Sorry, but I'm glad I get to see you again. It's alright. I'm glad to see you too. The Toto gave you a big smile, his tail wagging as a sign that he's excited to hang out with you again. Why didn't you and your parents speak much yesterday? It was kind of creepy with how silent you all were being. The Toto looked at me and seemed surprised by your question. He nervously giggled and his ears went down slightly. Heh, sorry about that. I guess my parents were a bit nervous, especially my dad. But don't worry, I'm gonna try not to be so secretive again today. What did you want me to do with that Pokeball yesterday? Do with that Pokeball yesterday? What were you trying to test? What were you trying to test with trust? He was confusing me because he kept like looking at me like you want me to do something. What do you want me to do? Oh yeah, that. Well, the turtle looked down, seemingly embarrassed to say what he actually wanted to do. I just wanted to test if you would actually try to catch me or not. Is that why you were so surprised whenever I said I wasn't going to do it? He was confusing me because he was like, that's what I was saying. He acted shocked like I was doing something wrong, but then at the same time, like he was confusing me. Antonio looked at you, seeming a bit surprised that you guessed that. Yeah, that's about it. I was basically trying to see if you truly would keep that promise or not. Even if I did capture you, like I told your parents yesterday, I would treat you with love and respect. Just like my buddy you met yesterday. I thought for I thought about while I was doing something off camera, guys, and for some reason my brain thought, does he want me to play fetch with him? But then at the same time, it's like, yeah, he'll be fetched in that Pokeball. Like, literally, he'll be fetched by it. He won't be trying to fetch it with his mouth or anything. The Toto's eyes lit up and he seemed extremely happy to hear that, his expression bright and excited. Really? You would treat me with love and respect? You really, really would? You're not trying to trick me into being captured just so you can hurt me? That's why I said I wasn't gonna capture you. Unless you wanted me to. Yesterday. That was not a trick to fool your parents into believing me. Believing me. Believing me. Period. I was being serious. I was not gonna capture you unless you wanted to be captured. And even if I did capture you, I would treat you with so much love and respect that you wouldn't regret it within 10 minutes. Aww. Hey. The Toto looked at you very happy and moved by your promise. He gave you another tight hug and nodded, letting you know that he trusts you completely. I trust you. I really do. I believe that you really would treat me with love and respect if you captured me. I'm sorry that I didn't believe you at first, but I understand now. You're not like the other humans we met on our journey. You treat me and my family well. You're not evil and you don't want to hurt me. You're a really amazing friend. Yeah, I know when we played together like 4 days ago. We had so much fun. Period. But why did your parents get so suspicious when I mentioned about them all being able to transform like you? Patel looked at you, now seeming a bit hesitant to answer your question. Uh-oh. Well, you see, my dad doesn't really trust humans very much. He always told me that humans couldn't be trusted, that I should avoid them at all costs, especially the ones that are trainers. He always said that humans would try to hurt us Pokemon if they could. Toto sighed, seemingly upset about what he said. He told me not to reveal my ability to anyone, not even my siblings. So, I was listening to my dad. Yeah, but you didn't get that scared when we first met. You turned into a Lugia, but didn't really hurt me. The turtle looked at you, seeming a bit sad. Uh-oh. I know. It's because I saw that you were different, and you proved that to me. You showed me that there are good humans out there, and I began to trust you more and more with each day. Did you and your parents ever talk about anything last night that involved me? Sweet Arceus, what did his parents discuss about me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The turtle looked at me and sighed again. Yeah, me and my parents talked for a while about you. My dad was really worried about me hanging out with you. He's scared that you would try to catch me or maybe even hurt me. But then my mom told him that you had been treating us well so far, especially for alligator, and then and that you were different and would never do something like that. So even after all that, your dad still doesn't completely trust me. I can understand why, but I don't know what more proof I could give him to show that I care. Not only about you, but about your entire family, including your sibling, which I haven't even met. Alright. We have a little bit more time left, guys. I, it's already down to 3%, so we gotta hurry up. So I'll do like one or two more. Okay? I'll do one or two more. Come on, Toto, give me give me this response, please. Here we go. So even after all that, your dad still doesn't really trust me. I can understand why. I don't know what more proof I could give him to show that I care, not only about you, but about your whole entire family, including your sibling, which I haven't even met. Toto looked at you, seeming a bit disappointed himself. Yeah, even though my mom reassured him and told him that you were a good human and that you promised not to capture us without permission, he's still having doubts. He says he wants to see a bit more before he trusts you completely. What else could I do? I really want them to know that I would never hurt them. Oh my. The turtle seemed thoughtful for a minute, then he finally spoke again. Well, I think there is one thing that could help them believe and trust you, but it's a big favor to ask. Uh-oh. What is it, question mark? I at least want to know what the favor is before this iPad runs dead. It's down to 2%, and once that thing gets down to 1, I gotta stop. So I gotta the turtle's gotta really put this on the screen. Here we go. The turtle looked a bit nervous, his expression unsure. Well, you mentioned that you wanted to come hang out at our house, right? I mean, if you promise to never hurt any of my family members, I could try to convince my parents to let you come over, but I don't know if my dad will be okay with it even then. So he would be supervising me closely the entire time, like your parents were doing 3 days ago. Yesterday. Till nod. Yeah, that's about it. I'm sure my mom would be okay with it if I convinced her first. I definitely know that my brothers and sisters would be excited to have you over. It's just my dad that I'm worried about, and I'm sure he'd be alright with it. Your brothers and sisters would be alright with me? The two don't seem happy. I know they would. They don't seem to mind you that much. It's my dad that doesn't trust humans. Toto seems hopeful. Do you really want to come over? You really want to meet my siblings? I really would one day. I haven't got to see A. in your family yet, and I would love to meet one. The Toto smile at you, seeming excited. Well then, tomorrow I'll try to convince my parents to let you come over to my house. I'll tell my dad that you promised and never hurt us. He knows that I know my mom will be alright with it, and I know for sure that my siblings will be super excited, so hopefully everything will work out. Oh, frick. No, 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 no. The battery, the battery, the battery, the battery, the battery, the battery. I like how in Toto's voice I just went, oh frick, oh frick, oh frick, oh frick. That was kind of funny. Just real quickly. Oh frick, oh frick, oh frick, oh frick. Plug up, plug up, plug up. It went down to 1%, guys. So we've got to that part just in flipping time. Oh my gosh. That was super fun. I enjoyed talking to that Totodile. I had so much fun with that, man. I'm done. That's it for this video. I'll see y'all later.